Namaste to all of you. Thank you for joining in. Let's get started on this topic, the miracle of meditation. The first question comes even before what technique to use to meditate or how to meditate is. Let's understand why to meditate. Why is meditation so important in our lives? In fact, if I take 15 years back when I started my yoga practice, I was never too keen on meditation. I was like, I'm all interested in asanas and this pranayama meditation is not for me. It's only a few years later, about 11 years ago, when I met my guru Mahatria, I realized the importance of meditation. And the first part of today's class will be all about why meditation rather than what is meditation and so on. And then we'll look at how to implement and get into a practice. About a couple of years ago, I would like to start with a story. About a couple of years ago, one day as I was driving in my car, I received a call, an unknown number. I picked up and I saw that the person at the other end said, "Hi, sir. This is Raj, and I would like to talk to you something about my daughter. When can we meet you?" And that was afternoon, so I said, "Why don't you come down at around 6 p.m. to the Panch Yoga studio?" And evening by 5:55, I see three of them, a couple and a young girl over there. So I said, "Please welcome, sit down." And we started conversing. And he said, "Hi, sir, this is I'm Raj. This is my wife Aparna, and that's my daughter Ananya. She is a table tennis player, and her coach has said that she needs to work on her fitness because her hamstring muscles are pretty stiff." I said, "Fine, we can work on that." I said, "Is there any other issue that you want me to work upon?" He looked like this. Nothing, sir. Fitness is one thing. Basically, she's not self-motivated about fitness. And then suddenly, Aparna, who's Ananya's mom, started speaking. So there's one more issue. She does exceptionally well when it comes to practice tournaments, but when it comes to main tournaments, we don't know what happens. She gets extremely nervous and has lost a lot of games from winning positions, where she was only 2 points away from victory and she's ended up losing such matches. And when we ask her what happened, she also says, "I don't know." So I said, "Okay." So I asked Ananya, "Please sit." I asked her, "How enthusiastic are you about maths?" She said, "I like maths." I said, "Fine, let me ask you a question. What is a perimeter of a rectangle and area of a rectangle?" And she said, "The sum of four sides is the perimeter, and overall the measure of the surface of the rectangle is the area." I said, "Brilliant. So let me give you four different rectangles and you tell me what's the perimeter as well as the area of this rectangle." And I said, first rectangle is 7 by 1 feet. So she said, she calculated 7 1 with that formula 2 into L plus B. She said, perimeter is 16 and area is 7 square units. I said, wonderful. Then I said, 6 by 2. She said, perimeter is again 16 and area is 12 square units. I said, fantastic. 5 by 3. She said, perimeter is still 16 and area is 15 square units. I said, wow, that's wonderful. Said 4 by 4. She said, that's a square. Perimeter is also 16 and area is also 16 square units. I said, wonderful. Said, did you realize something in the whole thing? She said, the perimeter of all the four rectangles were the same. I said, true. That's only one part of the story. If you look at it, though the perimeter for all the four rectangles were the same, the area was maximum only when it was a square. The parents who were sitting there were a little puzzled. What does maths got to do with the hamstring stretch and winning a tournament? Then I looked into her eyes and I said, you know something? Perimeter denotes the time, length denotes the skill that you have, breadth denotes the fitness that you have, and I said area denotes your results. If you want to maximize your results for a given time, you need to ensure that your fitness is as equally important as your skills. Only if you keep working on your skills, it will help you win small level tournament, practice games. But when you want to scale up your game, you want to go higher and higher, you got to work on your fitness also. And then she realized, oh wow, that's right. because all of us understand that only having skill and no fitness will be able to win probably few games, but we cannot endure the entire tournament. I said, now the second problem that you're going through is in a tournament where you are losing on winning moments. I said, what happens? She said, even I don't know what happens. Then in my studio, we had an AC on this wall, the eastern wall, and one more AC on the western wall. I asked her, look at this AC on the eastern wall. Suppose this is the world's best AC with extraordinary features, but the voltage on this side of the wall is very low. How useful is that AC? And she said, not very useful. And I said, now pointing towards the western wall. Suppose this is a very ordinary AC, an average AC, but the voltage on that line is very good. How useful is that AC? She said, very useful, especially in the hot summer. I said, that's exactly. The capabilities of the AC or the features of the AC is all about your skills, the doing part. The voltage that we are speaking of is your being. Without getting the being right, all your doing becomes useless. And this is where we are coming to connecting the subject, the importance or the miracle of meditation. While we do a lot of things to improve our skills, more certifications, more talents, more and more, more and more practice, it is only working on the doing of it. We also need to take time to work on our being. That is only possible by sitting with your eyes closed for a few minutes. That's what meditation does to us. Why meditate? So that we get the being right, and only through the power of our being we will get our doing right. She looked at it, she kind of understood and did not understand. She said, sir, can you elaborate further? I said, fine. Suppose you are a farmer. You have the highest quality seed, highest quality manure, but your soil is not at all fertile and prepared. How important or what is the future of the seed? He said, hardly will get any harvest. I said, good. And on the other hand, you have an average quality seed, average quality manure, good manure. It's not that they are bad, but the soil is extremely fertile and prepared. Now, how useful is it? He said, this is going to give wonders. I said, very true. The soil that we are speaking is representing by your mind. When we say the more fertile the soil and more prepared it is the strength of your being. The more unprepared the soil is, it's like the being is weak. No matter how good or how is the quality of the seed, if the soil is not fertile and prepared, there is not going to be much out of it. Haven't we all experienced it? We might get the best of the nutrition, high quality exercises, but still some of us go through this moment where no matter what we do, we are not losing weight. Reason is very simple. The body mind chemistry is not working well. Constantly we have only been abusing the body and saying this is not okay, that is not okay, nose is not sharp, etc. When you keep on criticizing the body and don't have that good chemistry, how are we going to expect great results out of it? Similarly, once you get that body mind chemistry right, that relationship right, where mind feels extremely grateful to the body and vice versa, you will see even one day if you have eaten, overeaten, not exercised, no problem. The body and mind knows how to heal itself and get back to normalcy. Now, this is what is extremely important for us to get right. The soil that I said, fine, we all understand this, but how do we get the soil fertile and prepared? That happens by only sitting with our eyes closed for a few minutes on a daily basis. Constantly, when you keep sitting with the eyes closed, the mind automatically becomes fertile. What's not necessary will be let go, and then the seed called a powerful thought starts germinating for it to materialize in the outer world. So if we want to accomplish greater and greater results in our life, we will have to invest time on our silence on a daily basis, and then it's going to make wonders for all of us. And then Ananya got her answer. She realized, okay, what's missing? Because till you develop that faith on your own abilities, no matter how much you practice, not going to do much results. And that can be enhanced by the sitting in the seat of silence. And today I'm very happy to say that in the sub-junior category, Telangana state, Ananya is in the top 2 ranking. And that's what meditation can do for you. I'm not saying meditation is a substitute for practice. Remember, the breadth as well as length is equally important. Where your skills are important, complement it with equal amount of time invested in your silence, this is going to give wonderful results. Another way of looking at the whole thing is, suppose you have a boss who is constantly criticizing you no matter how well you do and is never appreciating you. Do you think your best will come with this boss? No, isn't it? Same way, the boss here called the mind, if all the time we are only criticizing the body and we don't take enough time to feel grateful to the body, to appreciate the body for the progress the body is making, no matter what we do, there is not going to be much chemistry. So when you sit with your eyes closed, and it's like the boss called the conscious mind is listening to the team called the subconscious mind. Subconscious mind talks in the language of silence. The conscious mind only has to listen to it. Then you see you will have a very powerful team, the subconscious mind, and your actions will start materializing much faster. The frustrations of not getting results will start coming down, and the joy of actually your efforts materializing into results will keep enhancing. This is the miracle of meditation. Now, this is all theoretical aspects. We need to get the practice right. There are different techniques in which we can actually meditate. However, today I will link it with the breath. So, if this is the body and silence combo, or silence is the food for the soul, then what is the importance of breath? Now, our biggest enemy is the mind, which is always focused outside. In meditation, it has to focus inwards and gradually drop itself. How do we do it? First, by giving mind some kind of big. Mind is always in the doing domain. From the doing, if we have to bring it to the being, first give it something to do. As the mind keeps doing it, it will start quietening itself, and slowly, it becomes easy to silence the mind. So today we will use a very simple pranayama technique called the Bramhari pranayama, and through that we will be experiencing meditation. So what we will do today is, in the Bramhari, I'll ask you guys to take the thumb, close your ears with it, take the first four fingers to close your eyes. This is a simpler variation of Shanmukhi Mudra. So what we do, inhale from both your nostrils and then exhale with a humming bee sound. Once you finish this, slowly bring your hands down for a while. This will be our silence. That was the doing. This is the being. For some time, we'll be in silence. I'll then say, get ready for the next round. Once again, bring your hand. We'll do one more round of this. Come down and experience silence again. And then we go for round number 3, round number 4. We'll go like this for some rounds. After that point of time, I'll ask you, bring your hands down, but keep your eyes closed. Very important in this entire practice is to keep eyes closed. Then I'll lead you into a creative visualization process where you start getting that feeling right. Fine. Shall we get started? Okay. Thank you. So many of you have been sending messages. Whatever questions you have, you can drop it. At the end of the session, I'll take some time to answer your questions. For now, sit straight. Keep your eyes closed. Slowly take your thumb, cover your ears, and first 4 fingers close, cover your eyes. Take a deep inhale. Bring your hands down and be in a state of silence. Let's get into the next round. Again, cover your ears with your thumb. Cover the eyes with the 4 fingers. Take a deep inhale. Eyes closed, slowly bring the hands down. Experience the silence. Let's begin next round. Cover the ears with your thumb, eyes with the four fingers. Take a deep inhale. Bring your hands down and be in a state of silence. Let's slowly go to the next round. Close your ears with your thumbs, eyes with the four fingers. Take a deep inhale. Be in a state of silence. Let's go to one more round. Cover your ears with your eyes and the eyes with the thumb, the four fingers. Take a deep inhale. Be in a state of silence. Take three deep breaths. Keep your eyes closed throughout the practice. Slow, deep breaths. Visualize yourself at a place of your choice, any place, a forest, a valley, a beachside, a mountain. Whichever is the place, just visualize yourself in a place of a choice, which is extremely clean and peaceful. Just thinking about this place of choice, you're feeling more and more deeply relaxed at deeper dimensions of the mind. Feel the deep relaxation. Let's take this time to program ourselves for holistic abundance. In your deep relaxation, tell yourself, I will be as useful as I can to the world, and I'll do more and more good to the world. And in return, most and more of holistic abundance is coming into my life. Abundance of health, abundance of wealth, abundance of love, abundance of bliss, abundance of spiritual alignment. There is so much peaceful progress in our lives. Feel the joy, feel that bliss within. Express that love to yourself. And here, love means doing what is right. Just as for a small child, we would take it to the doctor and give the vaccination, even though the child cries, knowing what is right for the child, because we love the child. Almost 99% of children cry to go to school on their first day, yet we send them to school because that is right for the child, because we love the child. There is a big difference between love and pamper. Most of us, in the name of love, expect to be pampered. Love is doing what is right. Let's get that equation with ourselves, our body right. Body wants to be pampered by eating a lot of junk and not pushing itself. Start expressing love towards your body by feeding it right and pushing it in whatever ways, whatever forms of fitness that you like based on your inner chemistry, and see how over a period of time your body becomes your biggest asset. Feel the deep love for yourself. We'll quickly end this meditation and I'll take up any questions that you guys have. Feel that white color light filling you and all around you. You are right now in the divine womb, the spiritual womb, and you're about to undergo a spiritual rebirth where the lower part of you is left behind and something higher, deeper is taken with you so that you can go beyond in the materialistic dimensions. I'll slowly count forward up to five, and that five will be slowly be coming back. I'll lead you into a process of coming out. One, with each count, tell yourself that you are magnetizing most and more of holistic abundance in your life. Two, three, four, and five. Gently rub your palms together. Place the palms over your eyes. Let your eyes feel the warmth of your palms. And then blinking on to your palms with a big, big smile, please open your eyes. Can you all feel that lightness, that calmness in the mind, the softness in your breath? This is what meditation can do for you. In fact, I'll give you one more reason on why to meditate. How to meditate, there are different techniques. Once you get the why right, how will take care of itself. Now, I gave the example of AC earlier, where at a lower voltage the AC doesn't work, at a higher voltage the AC works. That's binary. It will either work or it will not work. But when it comes to mind, it's not like that. There are various different levels. At different levels of energy, our mind operates differently. At a lower level of energy, it depends a lot more on anger and shouting to settle differences. At a higher level of energy, it will focus on right communication and discussions and resolves the issues. So the higher and higher we are in energy, it's like a game of chess. One move here and one move there can be a difference between a winning move and a big terrible blunder, right? So, classic example, early in the morning, somebody offers you junk food. Most of us will not take it, saying that, no, no, I don't want to eat junk food. But around this time, evening, someone offers, it's very, very hard to say no to it. Why? Early in the morning, our energy levels are high, the willpower is automatically high. It's very easy. Through the day, the energy is leaked in various activities that we are not even aware of. And suddenly, you see, at a lower energy, the willpower will not work. It's like the AC. Lower voltage, it just does not work. So, regularly meditating will just ensure that we go higher and higher in our energy levels, and we'll be able to take better and better choices. I now keep you can send your messages if you guys have any questions, I'll answer. If you have any questions, please drop in the chat window, look into it and answer it. Okay. There's one question by Neetu Venkatesh, how to visualize our dreams and aspirations using our five senses to reap the best results. There is a law which says neutralize, visualize, emotionalize, verbalize, and actualize to materialize a goal. So the first step is you neutralize all the negative thoughts by doing something like today's technique, a little bit of Bramhari and then closing your eyes for a while. So you are cutting all the unnecessary thoughts. Next step of it is visualize. Whatever is the end goal that you want to accomplish, visualize that it has already happened. It's just a picture, a video right now. Emotionalize. Start putting emotions into it and start feeling that how would you feel when it is actually accomplished. Take the third step, verbalize. Now start speaking in a language where you actually accomplished and how would you speak. Then actualize. This is the most important step. Start taking an action which will help you get into that particular direction. Otherwise, these three components you got right. Okay, let's take it with an example. Your goal, suppose, is to lose weight. Small, I am just giving an example. This is the most common example being in the uh, industry, yoga industry, where a lot of people just contact for losing weight. After you neutralize, first thing is, suppose you have to lose 5 kgs, see yourself on the weighing scale where you lost 5 kgs. Next, add emotions into it. Start making it as visual as possible. How would you feel? Then start speaking about it. You are telling people that you have lost weight. People are telling you you have lost weight. What are you doing? Actualize. Now get the steps right. Here, if we keep eating chips, nothing is going to happen. Here, we get the actions right, where every day you're back on your. I will use an example of a mat, on the mat doing your practice or any form of health and fitness. You will then start finding that the results, you will start materializing much faster than you anticipate. How to cure autoimmune disease? Asks Sandeep Singh. Now, again, we'll have to look at in detail, but at a very high level, when you regularly invest time on your practice, some part on the asana, some part on the pranayama, and some part on meditation, you'll start finding that your immune system starts getting better, better, and better, and automatically you will start getting much higher level of immunity. And whatever is the health issues, it's like this: with meditation, you will kick out medication. How much we need to meditate daily? Any specific time? The best time to meditate is as soon as you wake up in the morning. That's because we hardly have so much of dominant thoughts at that point of time. How long to meditate is a very subjective thing. 5 minutes is good, 10 minutes is very good, 15 minutes is excellent to start off with. Somewhere at least 11 minutes and above is what I personally believe in, and it is giving a lot of results. Can you share some tips on how to concentrate? Ask Akhilesh Pandey. One of the best yogic ways to improve concentration is in terms of your doing thing. Start working a lot more on your balances, standing balances. Do postures like Vrikshas and Veerabhadras and see where you have to balance yourself on one leg. Slowly, you will start finding that it becomes easier for the mind to focus on one subject and it starts doing difference. At a higher level, one more thing that has been working for me is whenever I have to do some kind of work, and today we get so much messages that there's so much of distractions. I put a timer for at least 11 minutes, keep the phone away. At 11 minutes later, the phone will ring. So for that 11 minutes, I'm completely focused on the task I'm doing. I'll then take a 4 minute break, come back. So let's say I'm writing an article or whatever that I'm doing, 11-minute work, 4 minutes rest. I follow this principle and it is working for me. You can change the timing, but somewhere I feel because our attention span is reducing, if you start doing this and with the regular practice of meditation, you'll find that 11 can become 15, 20, 25, 30, and you can still go on. How to control thoughts while doing meditation? Buddha himself took 6 years to reach that state of no thoughts, and he did not have Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram during those days. Of course, thoughts will come. My teacher, Yogacharya Bharat Shetty sir from India Yoga Mysore, keeps saying this. Whenever you're meditating, thoughts come. Don't fight the thoughts, don't respond to the thoughts. Whatever is the thought, let it come and let it go. The more you start responding to it, for example, you're meditating and suddenly you feel like eating rasgulla. The moment you think of rasgulla, you'll think of one sweet shop the last time you had. See, the moment you respond to it, the thoughts start getting, it's like a branch. Okay, rasgulla came, drop it. After some point of time, something more interesting will come. Don't respond, just sit. So that's where when we do this technique of something doing and some work on the being, the moment you do, those thoughts will disappear. For some time, be in the state of silence. Whenever you feel too many thoughts are coming, once again do a round of Bramhari, come back. It will also help you improve concentration. While meditating, there was a lot of traffic and outside noise, and this made hard to focus and have a clear mind for at least 5 minutes. Is there any way we can control this? The outside traffic is not at all in our control, and trying to take any time or effort to do things which is outside your control will only leave you more disappointed and uh, angry or irritated. Control what's in your control. Start working towards it. Find a quieter space. Do it. That's why do it early in the morning there where the noise will be less. Or rather, I would put it this way: more than the noise outside, the noise inside here starts troubling us more. If we can bring this down, automatically the outside noise will not have an impact on us. How can I find the time to meditate in my busy schedule? When we can find enough time to play with our gadgets, answer calls, WhatsApp messages, social media, and whatnot, I think we can definitely find time to meditate. And my Guru Mahatra keeps saying this: find the time to meditate, it in turn will show you the time to do all the other things. Is it good to do Brahmari pranayam in early morning time, and can we visualize about God? Now, when you visualize a particular picture, it can be whatever forms that you this one. It is basically what we say in Ashtanga Yoga, the sixth day dharana. You're concentrating upon one thing. When you hold on to that one thing long enough, the mind will drop itself, and that will lead you into the state of meditation. Yes, you can choose whatever object that you want to concentrate upon. That helps you to develop, go deeper in your silence. Yoga and meditation both are related. How? Meditation is the seventh step of the Ashtanga Yoga. Yama, first step, which is all about the moral values. Niyama, second step, discipline. Third step is asana. Today, the world has come to a stage where the entire ocean of yoga is looked at only asana. Asana is only a small step of it. Fourth step is pranayama, control of breath. Fifth stage is pratyahara, withdrawal of senses and more control over your senses. Sixth stage is concentration. Seventh, also called dharana. Seventh station is dhyana, meditation, and then that leads to eighth stage, samadhi or the enlightenment. Can you give some tips on how we can do meditation in office? One of the simplest things that I used to do before I got full time into yoga when I was in office, just before going for a meeting, 1 or 2 minutes, just put a timer on the phone, sit with your eyes closed. 2 minutes is more than enough. Get set and go. One discipline that I regularly follow every day, 11:10 to 11:11 is 1 minute prayer, and 11:11 to 11:12 is 1 minute silence. It's called the Infinite Minute. One of the most of us will be at office during that point of time. Infinite Minute app is available on the Play Store. Just switch on the app, 1 minute prayer followed by 1 minute silence. Let this be the starting point to get initiated into the practice of silence. And slowly, you'll start getting answers like where else can I meditate, how else can I meditate, how long can I meditate, and so on. Can we use headphones while meditating, listening to some chants? Obviously, yes. I do it most of the time. There's also one answer how we can avoid the external noise. There are a lot of good headsets available. Just keep it, meditate, and gradually you'll reach a stage where you will not need all of these things. Right now, we are using different forms of meditation. It's like different tools. It's like a pole vaulter uses that pole, reach the top. Once you reach the top, you don't no longer need that pole. Drop it, and you'll jump to the other side. Right? Same way, right now we'll need different kind of techniques or tools for us to get initiated. Through a regular practice, once we reach there, we will no longer need. Some days just sit with your eyes closed, and that itself feels bliss. Okay. Do you believe that there are many steps in the progress of meditation? If yes, what are the steps in the progress of meditation? If no, how does one measure his or her progress in meditation? Okay. Very interesting question. I'll put it this way: regularly meditate and see the way your life materializes, and that will tell you that this is what meditation is doing for you. Stop meditating, and then you see automatically you start getting into more irritations. And if you maintain a journal when you're meditating and when you're not, and compare it, you will know what meditation is doing for you. It is not like one day suddenly you feel light or all those things. It's a continuous process. After a point of time, you realize what earlier I used to put a lot of effort to do. Right now, it is happening a lot more peacefully and a lot more easily. And then you know that meditation has started working for you. Okay, can you repeat the app name which you told? Infini Minute. Shailendra asks which brand headset you use. Right now, I don't have it. Sometimes Bose, sometimes I think Sony. Whatever is there, I think everything works. I'm not too keen on I want this brand headset only. Whole thing is whatever music I play on my phone, I should be able to listen to it. Can you suggest any chants or music during meditation? There are so many available on YouTube. You can just search music for meditation. One of the things that I play constantly is Om Mani Padme Hum. So one of them says, probably this is the last question. We are at 5:40. I have learned Siddha Samadhi Yoga at SSY and Advanced Meditation course. I am not into regular practice since long time. If I try now, I can't get into inner silence. Please suggest, sir. Okay. This is like where you have gone to a gym for a long time initially and developed muscles. Now you have stopped all the way and all the things has gone. Six pack has become family pack. So for us to get back the six pack, we have to start all over again. The more consistent you are, the more results you will get. So knowing all those advanced techniques and not implementing it is as good as not knowing the techniques. Instead, if you know one simple technique, but we are consistent enough with it on a daily basis, daily only is daily, regularly is not daily, remember that. Then you will start seeing that the result starts manifesting itself, and then every technique starts working for you. That's what today's our problem is. It's not that we don't know what to do. Our main problem is we don't do what we already know. And regular practice of silence will ensure that we start implementing by what knowledge we already have, thereby making it not an intellectual reality in our life, but it becomes an experiential wisdom. How to get enlightenment? I am not the right person to answer that. Okay. With this, I conclude the session. I thank you all so much for taking time. I love you all so much. Any more questions, keep writing in the chat. I'll get back whenever possible. Thank you, Mave.